Hey guys, and welcome back to True Space Engineers 2 Survival, where we really trying to survive in this game that harasses us beyond all the limits. But that's fine, that's why we're here. And today we're gonna solve few pretty specific problems. Firstly, as you see, we have our nice hangar gates all the way around on that side, on this side. Yep, everything's here. But the problem we have. Let me open some hangars. This one is already full. I mean, we have that connector on the top, but that's part of the history. That's not real connection point. So let's do that right, shall we? And in this case, yeah, I find a pretty annoying bug that subgrids are fine, but subgrids actually lose track under loading, so I have to do something like that and replace it. And that was our back left piston, so we're looking for back left 2 and reverse, something like that. So now we can easily turn on our nice light and start opening process. Here we go. And now turn off our light. I'm really looking forward towards some timer blocks or whatever they want implemented in Space Engineers 2. Just you know, a way to stack up things one after another automatically. That would be nice. Or at least buttons, guys. That would be just magnificent. So, the problem we're facing, that this space is totally occupied by that bad boy, which turned out to be useless. I like it exterior, but it cannot fight properly because it has it's too slow, and its armor is not that great, you know. So that's one of the problems we probably want to fix with this guy. The other one, that we actually don't have enough space, because I'd like, where I move those, I'd like to park our Queen Bee inside. At least when we're moving our mothership, I want to see this bad boy inside. Oh, come on. And, well, you probably can guess it already. The boss cannot fit here. I mean, one of those, only one of those. Solutions we have for such a situation is to left this particular portion of hangar for one of those, either for Icefly or a Queen Bee, and extend our hangar a little bit more for the second option. Or we can try to build new version of Icefly in a more thoughtful way that it can fit inside. So what I'm gonna do now is to open this door, and of course we hit in this situation again. And that should be BR2. Where it is? Here it is. And reverse velocity. Okay, so now we can open it like that, like this. Yeah, nice and clear. And move this guy out of the way. Hopefully in one piece and with no damage for our big ship. Okay. Then let's try to put this guy inside and see, is it actually properly fit or we need to do some adjustments. Oh, it's real fast. Here we go. Yoink, and we are in place. Well, it fits. It fits not bad at all. These ramps are kinda useless because we cannot access its cockpit from those ramps, but we can access it from the floor, so that's totally fine. These ramps, yeah, I'm gonna leave them just because, you know, we can use them for maintenance, kinda, or something like that. Anyways, it's time for our old Bumblebee to go, so I need to find a proper way to kinda digest it, because we can use our. By the way, this vehicle should be rebuilt. We can use our grinder, but it's not that nice, because when you're grinding down something, you inevitably end up with last piece that doesn't have thrusters, doesn't have anything else, and desperately tries to run away from you. I'm still thinking how to solve this problem, because the only way I can imagine is to lock it on something and then grind. But, you know. Anyways. Yeah, that's the plan. And also, yeah, last problem. Last problem I forget to mention. Let's take a look. How long it takes to go from this cockpit to that special cockpit on the bottom, to our battle cockpit, emergency cockpit, I don't know, whatever we want to call it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Okay, roughly let's say 20, considering I selected this wrong way. Unfortunately, it's not... it's impossible to get through this side. We can go only through this. But anyways, 20 seconds is bloody lot. So, especially when you're at heavy fire. So it's gonna be nice to have an elevator here. I don't know where exactly, because we need to find the right place for it that will not be on the way of these vehicles, but still be useful. I mean, on the way from our hangar, but still be useful. Yeah, something like that. Something like that. I think I want to start with rebuild of this bad boy. And we need to think on how to put it here. So we have this space. It's quite small, but it might be possible to fit it in. After all, it shouldn't be a huge vehicle, you know. We can go with just something small, something nice. Okie dokie. So, anyways, we have a T here, and we have some connection point here, but nothing on that position. And here we have our ladder, so this one is actually a bit useless for us. Is it? Yeah, it's X, so we need to replace it with T. Come on. Where are they? Is it T? Nope, it is not. This is T. Alrightish. Now, do I want to replace this one with T pointing down? Not sure yet. I mean, that's a middle point, obviously. But Oh, what I think I definitely should do. Somehow I forget it when worked on these changes. We need to put few of those bastards here. What? What do you mean? Ah, yeah. That explains. To kinda continue this line, because I was forced to grind it down to put this guy. Alrighty-ish. We're missing a little bit of light here, because that light that we have before is just not enough for such a hunger, but that's the problem we want to solve later on. For now, yeah, let's get rid of that guy and replace that back to angle, to C, let's say. Okay, come on, where is my stuff? Thank you very much. That's what we're looking for here. Yep. As much as I like this, it looks like we need to rebuild it. And in this case, these thrust block are actually nice, but they have a disadvantage that they have only 2 sides that we can build through. So as you see, on all other sides it's kind of sealed and we cannot build through, and well, that's not ideal. I'm really looking forward to those walls that being teased by Keen with some insertions where we can insert something in and be happy with it. Okay. That shall do the trick for us to bring a conveyor line down here, and now we can just fit something like this boy and add a little bit of these nice things around to kind of keep it in one style. Why can't you put it here? What prevents you? What? I mean, there are clearly a lot of space. Interesting. That's an interesting outcome. You wanna say that these guys are on our way, but it is clearly not. What's wrong with you? Okay, let's try to go this way and put those first. Or... Ah, here we go. So it wasn't actually connected there. Magnificent. Just bloody magnificent. Alright, well, that explains. Come on. Give me everything. And that means that the other side is also grind down. I mean, separate from our big ship. That's not ideal, you know. You're separate, yeah? I know you are. Yeah. Alrighty. It's because I tried to keep it sleek on the back and never actually connected to a real plate on the back. That's fine. We're gonna fix that. Okay, so it should be... I'm not sure that it can be connected there, though. Let's try anyways. Come on. Can you put it like that? No, it cannot. That's the reason why we had those guys. You see, it's impossible to fit it in. You just don't wanna... My goodness, that's one small... You see, we have an option to put it here, but not closer. Okay, we'll work this somehow else. That's not a big deal. Let's start from the one side and then just partial copy it on the opposite side. Come on, I know you can do that. Yep, and finally, yeah, here we cannot move further. So let's weld it real quick. and see what we can actually do there. I bet it is. I bet it is low, sweet lady. Okay, so if from now on I'll try to do something like that, it's fine until we hit this point. Why? King, why it's like that, huh? Alright, anyways. Now. Do we actually need that part at all? You know, I don't think so. Yeah, I wanted to connect it somehow. We can go sneaky bastards. Wait a second. Can't we build some reinforcements like, let's say we're gonna put it there, then connect through something. Of course I need to weld it up. Then connect it through something like that and solve that little problem on the end with one of those. Can't we do that? Oh, why are you like that? You know what? It looks not awful. Not awful at all. I pretty much like it. And the most importantly, we connected there. Here, though, I don't think that we have an option to connect, but let me try. Oh no, you know, it's still possible. Yeah, not bad at all. So, I see no point to use partial copy here, to be honest. Just because it's too simple to recreate. So, let's just yank those all the way like that. Then yank this guy. I like my ships to feel reinforced, you know? That it's not just a random piece of metal flying around, but something real. Yeah, and these structural support blocks in Space Engineers 2 are actually just perfect. I like them a lot more than thrust block collection in Space Engineers 1. Because they are nice, but, you know, they often kind of too sleek or too fat for some applications, and that end up being looking weird. Okay, I really need my energy back. Ideally, it would be nice to have an oxygen also. Yeah, let me run for it. Why I put this guy on the side? Oh, because it's bloody huge. Okay. Yeah. Got that. Learned that. Okay, here we go. Let's get back to our business. So, yep, with this little problem fixed, let's put our connector back. Something like this. And now we need to... Why are you here? You're not supposed to be here. And I bet we have the same stuff on an opposite end. Yep. It is... No, this guy is connected. Interesting. How we end up disconnecting that guy. And that means we're gonna put something... That guy disconnected? Wait a second. Who's disconnected here? Why can't I put it on? Oh, this guy disconnected. Okay. That's good to know. Again, we can go all the way like that. I see why it's not connected. Alright, that explains. We can fix that, not a big deal. Key. And now let's just put one of those here in a corner to kind of keep it in place. Nice. And the same exact stuff here, I believe. Why not, actually? Come on. Something like that. And something like this. Gonna be real nice. And the last one. And of course I need a steel plate. I always need a steel plate. Key. That shall do the trick for us anyways. Now it's time to think about fighter. I'm not sure that I want to name it fighter. I probably want to name it interceptor, because it's really its idea to not just fight but intercept ships. Like this cargo ship. You see, it flies pretty fast, and we need to have an option to intercept it. And while this guy is powered by ion thrusters, it's slow as a bloody hell. That guy is just fat, but its purpose is actually fight ships, not intercept them, so that's fine, I guess. Alright, what I wanna do also... Ooh. That stuff looks kinda empty-ish. Yeah, typical me, I know. Yeah, and it doesn't fit properly here forever. What do I wanna do is to put few blocks here that we then obviously will cut down. And put this guy here in the right direction. Of course it cannot be put. Okay. Anyways, oopsie daisy. Let's move it one block lower, shall we? So, it looks like we're gonna be really limited in space here. I mean, really. That was obvious from the beginning, but not that obvious as I thought it will be. We have one additional, what it is, half a meter. Is it half a meter? Yeah, it's half a meter on the bottom, but no more. How now can we design this bad boy? I don't think that I'm gonna worry too much about conveyors. I mean, it's gonna be just fine to operate totally through small conveyor blocks. But we need to think about... Oh, wait a second. We can just yank cargo here, can't we? Yeah, probably something like that. Now, about our cockpit, which I wanna put here. It has only large connection ports on all the sides, except front, of course. On the one hand, I wanna keep it as sleek as possible, which means that we can get rid of that at all. Put something like that, and put a connection stuff on the bottom, like this. Okay, that shall do the trick for us. Now, to stop us from moving forward, we probably need an array of these small little bastards, On the back, though, we need quite a few tanks, and saying quite a few, I mean at least one hydrogen tank and at least one oxygen tank, because do we have a smaller option? Nope, we have only larger options for this. And what about that? Oh, that has only one option at all. Can be lazy on this. Alright. And if we put those like that, we can actually go with quite a bigger option on the back, which is nice. And keep it more or less sleek. Now, oh shit, I see. I made a mistake with these guys because they should be turned with those connections down. Oxygen, hydrogen, everything in place, which is nice. Okay. That stuff is done. This guy currently is quite warm, but we're gonna work on this situation a little bit later on. And we have pretty much space on the bottom. Maybe I can feed a big thruster there. I'm not sure that I wanna do that because, you know. But on the other hand, if we have large thruster on the back, we definitely should be able to. No, that's interceptor ship. We need large thrusters on all the directions. Yay. Because its idea that it should kind of catch that enemy ship, damage it, grab it, and bring back to the main base for digestion. Yay. Yay. Okay, let's try in this case to find a solution for it, which probably will be to use one of those, like right here, or actually, can we put it in a way that we will connect our cockpit through it? Okay, thank you. It has currently our cockpit is not connected to anything, and it will not be able to get oxygen, which is not ideal in our conditions. So I'm gonna put something like that in. That's gonna be our back. Now here we need sort of a lot of connections. That's fine. Oh, wait a second. Can't we connect it through this bad boy? Show me. Yeah, it has connection point on the bottom, and it has connection point there. So, just magnificent. Look at that. Oopsie daisy. Look at that connection point there, and connection point here. Just nice, just what we are looking for. We actually don't need much more firepower here. That should be totally alright. That should be totally suitable for us. Then we need what? We have this guy, we have that guy. You know what? I probably reconsidered my direction of thoughts here. Let me change this. I don't like that it's too high again. I'd prefer to build it as a line right here and then put cockpit on a second line, making it a little bit nicer. So we have this guy, which we might not need here, to be honest. No, it's fine. It's fine. We're gonna leave it here and put one of those on the front like that. That's gonna be our thruster line. Huh. Maybe we could... like, make 2 thruster pylons on each side, like this, and our cockpit in between. That would be a really zippy ship, but then we'll have to... I mean, do we have a space for it here? Yeah, we have plenty of space to do that. That stuff probably will become useless in this case if we put something like that here, yeah? No? No, it's fine, it looks fine. Especially considering it's not gonna be there, it's gonna be here. Okie dokie. I get it. Unfortunately, I cannot detach it from there yet. And that means that I need to do something like this to keep it in place and to make it one grid. Now we can detach it there and put our thruster on the front. Yeah, that's a good one, and it's interconnected. That's a good one. Now, instead of building in this direction, I'm gonna build in this direction to kinda avoid this problem that we connected there. Now, the only question I have, can I fit everything before we hit this bloody limit? Come on. Yeah, I wanna put you something like that. It's not gonna fit. It's not gonna fit. That's not ideal. That's not ideal at all. You know what? That shouldn't be a huge problem, to be honest, because... yeah, because suit energy low, exactly. Let me grab it and think along the way. It's not gonna be a huge problem for us because it should have all needed thrusters even only with one pylon. It's kinda the whole idea of such a ship that will be extra durable, extra reliable. So yeah, that's fine. We can build it like that, then move out and add additional pylons. Why are you in this weird position? If you should be a lot lower, yeah, something like that. That should be good. Now, for weapons, we obviously want to connect it right there, and for connector point, and for... so we need to fit several things here also. That's connector, that's battery, probably this one. We can put battery here and then connector on top. That's all right. Yeah, let's do something like that. That looks like a nice idea. Yep. Nice and tight. Now here we can just connect it with the small conveyor connection. Shouldn't be a huge deal for us. Oh, you gotta be kidding me? Yep. And now something like that. Good. It's connected. It can power our ship with everything necessary. Now we need a bit of these guys. And saying a bit in this case. Can I? No, we can afford only one. Unfortunately, only one of those. And we need to put this guy somewhere like that, and somewhere like this. Yep, that should be it. Then I'm gonna have the same stuff on an opposite end. And of course, we're gonna replace this with T, which we actually can do right now. Shouldn't be a big deal. Here we go, T, nice. And what's else? Yeah, thrusters. thrusters in other directions, because now it looks sleek, but it's not gonna be like that. We need to find a way to put thrusters. Wait a second. Wait a second. If I put it like, come on, that, it probably gonna fit perfectly. Wait. So we can fit it like this on that side, and then fit something like that. In that case, we can interconnect everything while keeping this ship in the shape. It's just a little bit gets inside, ruining this idea of pylons. But you know what? That's probably the thing that I can live with. The only question is how to connect all this bullshittery now. And that's a good question. Why don't we have... Wait a second. If we move this guy closer there, and that guy here, will it simplify something for us? No, it won't. It will not. Whatever. Let's get to the job here. So we need something like that. We need one of these, like that. Then, oops, this guy, and that guy. From that position, it actually should just go down and here, but I prefer it to go to the side first and down then. We might use just one of those to kind of connect those thrusters extra durable. Yeah, that should be fine. That should be fine. We have thrusters on sides, and now we need only thrusters back and down. I mean, up and down, back and forth. Yeah, exactly. Where I can jump those? We could, of course, go the same exact option. Put it like that. I'm just curious, do we actually need such a large thrusters to the sides? I'm not sure, you know? I'm not that confident about that. And that's gonna stick a lot. Like a lot. I cannot put it like this, it's not gonna fit. You know what, really, let's do just thruster array, why not? Come on, something like that. This one not necessarily should be like that, it might be just a standard one. Because... Okay, and here we're gonna utilize something like that and just jam it up with thrusters, small ones, obviously. Yep, something like that should be good. And come on. Oh, seriously? So we cannot do that like that. All right, well. Several lines means several lines, not a big deal. Yeah, that should be more than enough for such a ship. What else are we missing before I started welding it? We're probably missing some gyros, and we need quite a few of them here. So let's put something like 3. It should be good enough. Okay, now, is everything connected? These guys connected. Oh, those guys are not connected anymore. That's not ideal. That stuff is connected here, but they are not. And I don't really like an idea to go higher here to connect it like this. Maybe we can find any other option. Doesn't seem so. Doesn't seem so at all. Well, I guess... You know what? I think we can just make it kinda extra durable here. Like that. We're gonna put that stuff later on. That guy should go here. Now we need... Where am I? Straight line. Yeah. Oops. All the way like that. A little bit of a turn here. A little bit of a T here. And straight line again. Yeah, and then when we have this option, I'm gonna put just a tip down there. That's gonna be nice. That let's replace with T already, just to be double sure that we remember about all the things. That stuff shouldn't be, or should it be T? Yeah, let's make it T also, just for the beauty of it. Key. It cannot be T here. No, it can. Wait a second. Just let me put it in a... right position. Yeah, something like that. Nice. And from there... it goes down. You know what? I'm fine with that. Yeah. Okay, now we need to weld it up. And to weld it up, we should start from this position, and we need our welder. So we need to open a door for it. Where is it gonna be easier to go? Probably there. Okay. That's an interesting stuff. Wait. Oh, that's me. That's me being an idiot. You see, activated pistons in a wrong direction, in a wrong way. Okay. Let's weld it up. And to these... Oops. I wanna see how far actually I'm going. Oops. And what prevents you? What? Don't we have steel plates here? Yeah, we do not. That explains. I need a little bit more, and saying a little bit, I mean actually a lot. Steel plates. Always my nemesis. Okay, let's order some, maybe like 500. Yeah, that's gonna be nice. We can unload like this, and maybe at least scuffled something. No, doesn't seem so. Doesn't seem so. Or we... No, we're not too close. Okay, maybe we're missing something else. Let's double check. So, We need glass, electronic parts, turbine blades, metal grids, motors. Yeah, we're missing a bunch of steel plates at least. At least a bunch of steel plates. And we have turbines, we have glass, we have electronic parts. We basically have a bunch of everything, but even tubes. We definitely don't have enough tubes. It's worth loading. So let's do that real quick. Gonna grab tubes. Gonna grab these guys. Where is your precious belly? Key. That's like that. Yeah, let's get all these bits and pieces also, just in case, you know, just in case. What else might be useful? These guys, probably. Ah, grids. We need a bunch of grids, exactly. Yeah. Now. Why can't you weld it? I mean, that's a tank. Oh, here we go, finally. My ship was on the way. That explains. Oh, I am bloody genius. How are you gonna fuel it? I mean, not in general, but right now, to kinda move it a little bit. That's an interesting bloody question. What prevents you from welding those guys? Ah, you run out of steel tubes. Am I correct? Am I correct? Nope. What? Why all those conveyors are not in place? They clearly... We are not on the way of those, clearly, I mean. Or... Ah, steel plates. Yeah, steel plates. Or construction components. Ah, wait a second. Let me double check. We have steel plates. We do not have construction components. And just as always. Key. We have a bit here. And no more. Okay. That's worth getting something like also maybe 6K. That should do the trick. Yeah, unfortunately, I wasn't able to collect ores on offline and do a bunch of other chores offline as this resources creation, because the game played a bad joke on me. I kinda spent several days fixing, not fixing, but creating these hangar doors. And then when I was like, okay, let me save it, should be totally alright. And when I tried to reload it, it said, oh, you know, I cannot load this save, and I don't even sorry. So, yeah, I was forced to do that again on a real fast pace to be able to continue today with something more interesting for ya. So, the best option I see is to quickly yoink small... Where it was? It was somewhere. Small auto H2 generator. Okay, let's go here and get our generator. Not a gravity generator. Auto H2 generator. Thank you very much. It has small on the back. Okie dokie. That's exactly what we're looking for. Because it's gonna be very temporary solution here, you know. Can't I just weld it with this guy? Show me. Oh, of course I can. Not a problem. Now, this guy shall go out of our way, because we don't need it anymore. We can put it back, kind of on charge, hopefully, without destroying everything around, especially its neighborship. Oof. These jumps, you know, these jumps are something crazy. Key, and now we just need to yank a little bit of ice inside. Can I put it somewhere? Yeah, I can. Nice. It should give it just a bit of juice, but that bit of juice should allow me to grind it down and connect properly. And then I mean, not grind it down, but, you know, cut it free. And then we probably should be able to do everything. Wait, why my inventory is that full? You gotta be kidding me. But why it is broken again? Okay, anyways. Nice. Let's connect it. Whoa, 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 whoa. No, this guy is real zippy. It's not full on because I'm gonna put a lot of armor in it, obviously, but for now it is. It is bloody zippy. Key. Time to restore this guy, time to restore that stuff. And time to get rid of this bastard. Nice. Now I need to just recreate what we've done there. So that few tanks. It was oxygen, and on the front of it was hydrogen, and on the very front it was something like this guy. Of course you cannot put it there. What make me think you can? That and like this, which is impossible. What are you missing? Still tubes and components. Key. And we have neither of those. Key. Good. As soon as we have a little bit of those, we can weld our conveyors up and be ready to move further. I really look forward to testing this ship. But before we'll be even close to test it, we need to put a bunch of armor on it. Because some of those ships, you know, they really like to try to kill you. Okay, that guy should fit here. Nice. That's exactly what we looked for. Okay, now it should go like that, like, nope. Of course. This guy also should be welded. It's probably the next one, but you know. I know. This guy is fine. Alright, we need to put our T's all the way around where they should be. Now we need our C here. And all of those. Here we go. Ouch. What was that sound? Don't like it. Now we can actually just weld it up and kind of refill with everything. So we need you again. Sorry to say that, but you're gonna be working again. And we actually need to get from both sides, because from that side we need to weld the back thruster, and from the front we need to weld everything else, the rest of our left pylon. Yeah, hopefully we can reach it. Maybe we can fit here, squeeze here, I would say. Ouch. Yeah. Yeah. Come on. Almost. Well, we're missing a few bits and pieces there. But you know what? It looks like, ouch, the stuff that we can weld up easy by hands. Ouch, ouch. Okay. Whew. That was a sweaty job. Easy. Don't you do that to me. Okay, let's park back. Ouch. You know, I actually like this guy form a lot more than that guy form, so... I mean, saying form, it's a little bit exaggerated because it's not. It doesn't have any form currently. Anyways, yeah, we'll think about that later on, not right now. So these 2 blocks missing, and it should be totally fine, totally alright. Is it charged and everything else? Yep. But what I wanna do is go to control panel and yeah, we don't have anything here. And change that, because I don't want to accidentally hit some of those and ruin everything around, and that's exactly what's gonna happen. Key. It's time to put some oopsie daisy. Some meat on these bones, let's say. Ouch. Oof, it's as zippy as it can be. Okay, that's actually a good thing for such a ship. Probably gonna just move it here and left like that, because I need a little bit of break and refill my coffee cup, because, you know, getting into armoring process without coffee is worst idea possible. Anyways, I'll be back in a minute. Try to imagine something about this ship. Gonna be nice. Okie dokie, we are back. And, you know, when I look at it, it's quite boxy. But I'm not sure that I want to fix that. I'm probably gonna left it in this form. Two important pieces of equipment that we are missing here is firstly an antenna. And I wanna hide it somewhere here inside. Electronic parts, yep. Let's grab those. And we don't have them there, we have them only here. Just a little bit, not much. We don't need a lot of them. Key. The proper name for this ship. Guys in chat, if you have any ideas, bring those down. I gonna think about that a little bit more after armoring probably. And the second important piece of equipment is it should move our ships. I mean, not our ships, enemy ships. Which means it needs one of these guys. The only thing is where we want to put it that it doesn't stick. I mean, it shouldn't be on our way, but at the same time, it should be able to grab enemy ships. Actually, that looks like a pretty nice option, isn't it? Yeah, just on the back. Obviously, in Space Engineers 1, or probably here later on, our thruster's gonna damage it. But, you know, we're working at what we have right now, not what we're gonna have in future. So, key. The first things first, we're gonna use only heavy armor, and also I wanna cover our cockpit as much as possible. Okay, so we can put it like that. Unfortunately, oops, we don't have an option. Yeah, we need heavy duty plates to weld it up. So let me obtain those. Can I have more of those? Don't think so. Yeah, we need to produce some. Okay, and to produce them we need small ones, so I'm gonna order 1,000 of those first. We're probably gonna end up without our iron. Yeah, something like that should be good. 3 of those. But you know, that's fine. Oh, and it's real long to weld them up. Alright. So, with stuff like that, I wanna left just a little bit of viewport here. Oh, by the way, those new viewports that we have in Space Engineers 1 after the last update, those are just beautiful. They are magnificent. Oh, by the way, why can't I use that stuff, huh? That looks like a nice viable option. Okay, and we need to weld everything up. Otherwise it's gonna be impossible to build it further. I'm not gonna try to protect these guys. Firstly, because we doubled them, and that's for a reason. And secondly, you know, it's just too much of a hassle. Yeah, I guess so. working in a tight spots is still a little bit of a pain in Space Engineers 2, because you need to have all the stuff around welded up to be able to put something. But, you know, not gonna stop us. Why? Because this block is near, yeah. Anyways, what we can do probably is to put something like that. Then go here and put that last one. Okay. Need more? More of this. Yeah, I bet. Inventory full. What would be nice to protect, though, is at least our tanks. That, like this. Here. Yeah, you know, let's go like that, and then on its front we can put one of those. Here we go. Oops. Missed two of these guys. Now it's really about time to cover that stuff in the middle. And this, we need something like that. And something like this. And I'm gonna cover it later on here. Just to leave some real tight viewport. And to protect our cockpit as much as possible. Here we go. How I wanna do that? First we need to turn off this guy, because it might be a huge problem. Oops, that's not the block I'm looking for. Yeah, like that, and kinda like this. Let's weld them just with a hand welder, it's gonna be faster. Okie dokie. That's a good one. Pretty much protected there. On the bottom, I think I'm gonna go with a thin layer of heavy armor. So, how we can do that? Probably a few of those. Oops, nope. A few of these. Then few of those, and from this position we can switch back to these guys. How to not make it as flat as it is? Oh, whoa, I'm not about to copy that. Key. Yeah, I think something like that gonna be nice. It's covering everything that is inside. We might actually just go with a few stripes. I'm not sure that we need to fully cover it. Just a few stripes should be enough. All the way like that. And then we can just put a few of those on the front. Oh, come on. Yeah, thank you very much. And one more here, and one more here, and here, of course. Oh, no, we can put it, you see. Nice. Underneath of this guy, we probably want to put a heavy armor cube, just like that. Is it a cube? It is a cube. Nice. And on top, that guy might go No, not that, this one. Yep, that should be all right. That should be sufficient. Here, though, we need to weld it first. We firstly need to weld it up. Then we can think about that. All right. For this position, I probably want to go with this small corner and few of those here and there. I don't think that is gonna protect our tanks too much here, but you know, that's fine. As I mentioned previously, that's not quite a battleship. It shall just be able to catch a few hits and be alright, but it's not for a kind of large battle purposes. Okay, from this position, I believe we can go just like that and add a few reaps. Like that. Like those. Oops, that was too far. That rip should end up here, not there. And from this position, I wanna kinda... I wanna kinda bend it here towards that conveyor. And I'm curious how I can do that. What if we put a structure like that, actually all the way, and then, come on, yeah, something like this, kind of cover it to that position, should be nice. And then we can just do the same on the bottom. On the front, though, can we use one of those guys? Doesn't seem so. Wait a second. Do we have that option here? Come on. Nope, we do not. We do not have this option. Not ideal. That's not ideal. We might go like that here, though. Nope. It's also not the way we're looking for. Okie dokie. Well, that's unfortunate, but what can we do? I'm gonna put it like that. We're gonna... Oh, I know how we can finish that. We just need these guys, and we can put those like that. And come on. And like these. Yeah, that should do the trick for us. Now, for that position, we need to turn to our standard way. Yep. Put it something like this. Now we can return to our small ones and put them something like that. And just cover it with... You know what? I don't want to cover it with these corners. It should look exactly as it looks right now. Yep. That's gonna be a good one. And wait a second. Maybe, just maybe, we can use that guy Yeah, you know, it looks okay-ish. We can close it like that. Come on. Here we go. That's a lot better. That's a lot better indeed. Okay, time to weld it up. You know what? Bloody bastard. I forgot to turn on symmetry again. Let's open this gate. It's gonna be easier. Oh. You know, I can get that automatic putting everything on a toolbar is gonna be good for newbies. But for fuck's sake, it's annoying. Oh my goodness. It's just as annoying as it can be. Okie dokie. Let's weld up. We need to move it a little bit to the back, yeah. Yeah, looks like this, because it's not gonna be even possible to reach it. Whoa, 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 whoa. It's bloody zippy. Bloody zippy it is. Key. Now, let's weld everything here. You wanna say you don't have resources, yeah? Why it doesn't surprise me? Yep. Here we go. That's a lot faster than by hands, isn't it? Okay. Now let's put the rest of the stuff all around. So that guy should go all the way here. That guy should cover it there. And from this it should be like that. Okie dokie. That shall do the trick for us. Let's finish with welding of that side. And now partial copy it on the opposite side. Little nice boxy here, you know. We don't need those. That stuff might be welded by hand if I have any. Plates. On the bottom, we're gonna think a little bit later on. Let's just copy it, and we're gonna be forced by copying it like this. So one of those gonna go here. Come on, could you please, do something like that for me. It should be, it should be like that. Nice. We could actually move it a little bit further, can't we? Yeah, but, you know, that's gonna be just too smooth, and I don't want this ship be too smooth. I want it be as it is right now. Okie dokie, and it should be roughly like that. Okie dokie, let's weld everything up, and to do this it's gonna be a nice idea to grab more heavy steel plates. Yep. Exactly. Unload everything there, and not there, but there. Key, and let's go on an opposite side and weld everything up. Okie dokie. Does bottom welded? Almost. We need to just add a few more. Yep, nice. That's a nice one. Well, let's firstly turn on our symmetry back. Yeah. And then continue with that bottom. On the bottom, on the bottom. I think we can just go further with this idea. So put something like that. put something like, oops, this guy. Nice. And here we probably can just close it as that. Yeah, that should be alright. That should be totally alright here. And obviously we need to close these gaps. And to do that properly, it should be put like that, and it should be put like this. Hopefully everything in place on an opposite end. Yeah, looks okay-ish. Now, to finish that beauty here, I wanna use one of these guys, like that, and also actually something like that. Why not? Oh, come on. Let me put it in a correct position. Yep. Here, though, we're gonna put something like that, just in this orientation. And that should be alright for us. On the back here, I don't think that we're gonna bother and put a bunch of stuff. Yeah, I think that's it. That's basically it for that ship. Let's weld it up, and of course we're missing something. And I bet that that's these blocks. I mean, these plates. Come on.
Inventory full.
Inventory full. I bet it is. Okie. Here we go. That guy is ready. Let's put our welder back. Easy. Something like this. Real tough parking here. Now, for that guy, what I think we're gonna do is to make it black and red, because his kind of purpose in life is be a pirate. And as soon as we do that, okay, give me that black, and I wanna replace this color. Nice. And now give me that red. I wanna accents. Yeah, let's do something like this. Oh, we're missing lights here, don't we? Yeah, we're heavily missing lights on this ship. Alrighty. We can do that. It's gonna be like that, and here we can add a little bit more of that red stuff all the way there to the back. Here we go. Nice. And now on the top. You know what? I think we can actually do something like that, and that's gonna be beautiful. Just to color these conveyor lines in red. Yep. Now for lights, I think we need to put those right here like that. They needed construction components. Okie dokie. Construction components. Oh yeah, little guy. Yep, that should be great. Do I want any ambient light around? I'm not sure, because that's a battleship and it shouldn't be lit up as a bloody New Year 3. Maybe I can fit something small there. Nope, they took all this block. We can turn that off and put it like that. This light is to just help me with parking, you know? It's not to actually make some ambient stuff. Key. From now on, we need to do several things. Firstly, put our Gatling gun here. Control, correct. Then we need to go into these corner lights and make them. Oops. Yeah, here we need also our cockpit on target-based gyro toggle. Exactly. And that's basically it. We don't need anything else. Ah, wait a second. Yeah, our landing gears, and we need them on unlock. Yeah. That's it for that stuff. Now we need to configure those guys. They should be auto lock on, and we need to configure these guys because they're gonna be red, and with a nice brightness. Yep, that's it. For the name, I haven't heard anything from you guys. And I'm not quite sure what it reminds me, to be honest. This ship. Okay, in this case I'm gonna go not the convenient way, but it's gonna be just catcher. Actually, not just catcher, but Mr. Catcher. That's the case, yeah. And before I did something stupid, let me actually make a blueprint of it. Yep, Mr. Catcher we go. Alrighty. Do we see anybody around? I wouldn't say so. So what I'm gonna do is to probably replace the battery. Did I covered? Yeah, I completely kinda hide our battery underneath of everything. Maybe I can just sneeze my hand inside and grab something. Grab that bloody cell block. Come on. That's the control panel. Where is that cell? No, that cell is too far. Alright, that's not a big deal, because now we can go here and place our battery on 9 slot on that mod. Why? Bloody stuff. Okay, 9 gonna be auto, while 10 gonna be set mode charge. Okay, and what we're gonna do now, we're gonna park it. I hope that's possible. I really hope so, guys. Because if it's not, it's gonna be a huge problem. That was a faster move than I prefer. Okay. Now let's check that our battery is in charge. It is in charge. And show me. 28 minutes. I might think about making a way to grab that cell. But that's fine. That's fine. 2 markers. Let's... what we're gonna do next? I kinda wanna rebuild this ship. Because I don't like its a long tail, and it makes no sense to have it as a hydrogen ship. Or should I firstly prettify this one, then make copy of it, and just put on that one? That might be a bright thought, you know? That might be a bright thought. You know what's interesting? Can I just replace that guy with one conveyor, cargo container, just like that, and one tank? Nope. Those two are not gonna fit here. They are a little bit bigger. Okay, well, what can we do? Is that stuff hold them in position? I don't think so. I wanna kinda get rid of this abomination and those guys, because, yeah. For now it looks as crazy as this. And we not actually utilize that stuff properly, so it makes no sense to keep it. So let's just bring line like that to hold all these guys in place. No, that's all the steel plates I had. Okay.
Inventory full.
Many batteries. I welded totally. I don't know. Probably because I'm stupid. Okay, we don't need this guy.
Inventory full.
Seriously. Nope. Like that and like this. That's better. Okay. Now we don't need this guy. Hopefully it will remain in one piece. And we need just an oxygen tank. We don't need a hydrogen tank here. Okay, that works. Then for the rest we can just fill it with a few of those spacers. Like that. And that should make a... It should do it for us, yeah? Alright. Let me know if you spot something flying around, I mean one of those ships, one of those encounters, because that's what we are looking for. We're waiting for that encounter to be able to test our newly built catcher, Mr. Catcher, actually. Alright, that's good. And now how we wanna grab its attention. Let's move it out, firstly. I wanna have enough space to work. Ouch. Stuck somewhere, or what? Okey-dokey, finally. Unstuck. Alright. So, you little guy. It would be nice to have some reinforcements along these lines. Along which lines, though? Let's probably put them right here, like that. Of course, you cannot put it here because that guy is on the way. Wait. No, we cannot do that. We cannot use Symmetry mode because we need to weld those guys progressively. Okay, can I put a second one here? Does it make any sense? Yeah, you know, it might. It might make sense in this regard. I don't wanna make it too heavy. I mean, too covered with everything. But just a little bit of beautiful stuff here should be nice. Should be real nice. Okay, and now we should be able to fit that guy in and weld it up. Alright, that's a good one. Yep, and now from that, I wanna reinforce it a little bit more on the front, and that's probably exactly what I'm gonna do. Just put it like that. How I might connect it here, though? That's an interesting question. Might go just like this, and just with one of those. Nope, not that one. This one. You know, actually, it looks okay-ish. Yeah. I'm pretty happy with what we're seeing here. Good one. And now I just wanna drop a few brackets from here to the top. And I'm thinking where I wanna do that. Saying brackets, I mean just something like, you know, that, this, and probably that. Just the brackets like this. Okay. Gonna go there. You're gonna go there. Nice. Nice and tight. Let's weld those. And this guy. Here we go. Real nice. Let's restore that light on the top because I loved it. And I really want to have it here. Back. Yeah, like this. And like that. Come on. Here we go. That's the look we're looking for. around. Yeah. For this guy, though, it wouldn't be a bad idea to have an ambient lights, because it needs to work in tight spaces, and obviously it needs to be nicely lit on. Like that, and there it was what? It was our standard approach, I see. Good. So something like that. Oopsie daisy. I'm missing a few thrusters here. That's not ideal. Let's fix that real quick while we are here. Good. Don't wanna put it there. Not great. Good. I don't think that we can totally build those thrusters because we're missing wire and gold thread by the look of it. So let me grab those actually. Because we shall have everything of that, if I'm not mistaken. Some of those might be inside its own. Oh, hello! Game Dark JP James. If you don't mind, I would like to call you just JP James. That sounds cool. How you been doing? Thanks for joining. Okay. Something like that. And can I squeeze it right there? Yeah, should be possible. Yep, nice. Alrighty, that's there, and we need to put only something like that. And something like this, and our reinforcements here. And we should be good to go. Yep. Not these ones. You don't want to put it there. Why? Okay, and the second one was right there. Exactly. That on the bottom. You're at the sea live stream at the moment. I haven't visited you before, so I thought I'd stop in. Oh, I see. Yep. Actually, I used to have a bunch of Space Engineers 1 and Space Engineers 2 streams already, along with my friends, of course. Yes, on Saturday we're playing with my man who just learning Space Engineers, and saying learning is quite an exaggeration in his case. He just sometimes it feels like learning new ways to piss me off, but you know, that's the way it goes. And on Sundays we're playing with the whole team, 4 guys, trying to survive in a highly modded alien planet, and that's building all sorts of shenanigans. So, yep. All right, for color scheme of these guys, what I think I wanna do, considering yellow color is already taken by those guys, I probably wanna firstly replace these two. I don't think we need green color anymore. And secondly, come on. No, it's actually on technical bay, isn't it? Yeah, that's fine. That's fine, that works. We need orange. This orange or that orange? I think this one. And they probably want to pick something bright. And for that green, I'm gonna grab something darker. Yeah, that shall do the trick for us. Now, while we're here, let's grab a little bit of energy with us. Oh, sorry, you're first time here. Yeah, I need to show you everything, probably. Yeah, that's a technical bay, so it has some kind of management and controls for everything. Also storage with all the crap. We have a way here to maintain our solar panels on the sides. It's kind of just a convenience touch. Further, that's all our conveyor bullshittery, O2 H2 generators, a bunch of spare parts. That's actually the main storage area, let's say, and a few workbenches. Saying few, I mean one. Somehow I thought I have two, but by the look of it, it's actually one. We have a workbench here for our technicians to actually do stuff. So as you see, it's as messy as it can be for technicians, but that's fine. That's how it is in real life. A little bit of reinforcements on the top, of course. How we can miss that. Then bottom layer you probably seen already, but that's the stuff that we are working currently on, because that's our hangar with nice doors, so we can do something like that. Then we can slide it down and slide it in. Yeah, something like that. And we have 4 of those. They're a little bit clunky, you know, but that's fine. That's fine. Oops. That stuff is not finished yet, so it shouldn't behave like this. We need to find a way how to close it properly, but that's tomorrow's me problem. On the front here, though, we have a special cockpit, which is emergency cockpit. So if our ship is attacked, we can more guardrails. Unfortunately, I really love those. I can't think my way without guardrails. So this guy, it's hard to see currently, but it's actually a separate ship. So you can jump in, undock from the main ship, fly a little bit further, kick those bastards' asses, and return back. And neatly park back. So this all abomination built from the heavy armor on the bottom is a separate ship, let's say. But I'd like to call it emergency cockpit. That's main cockpit, but let me properly get there. Because... Oops, space engineers being space engineers. Here are main production deck, actually. And yeah, here is our energy deck. We have few batteries, we have a large thruster, a couple of small thrusters, something like that. Then, here is our medical kitchen, I don't know, something like that, room. With the fake doors here. I didn't rebuild it with pistons because they should kind of close inside. I didn't rebuild those with pistons because of 2 reasons. Firstly, buttons not working, and having additional seats here just to be able to close and open them is not a great idea. And secondly, second reason I solved already with those doors on the bottom. So that's the main reason. Yeah, I don't want to add additional Additional stuff here. When we have our buttons working, I obviously gonna rebuild these doors to make them real. For now, it's just a beautiful decoration. Here we have, I like to call it Star Trek style breach deck. Yeah. Because we have all the guys around and Captain in the middle, or pilot. I don't know. I thought about building few pilot seats even closer here, but I don't really like how it turned out being, so I just left it like this. Later on, I might think about building some holographic bullshittery here. Might be good, might be not. We'll see. Then we have few nice little cabins for our crew. It's kinda have just a bed, a little bit of storage for everything, desktop for PC. I travel several times, tried to build a proper PC here, but for now it doesn't seem kinda possible, because, you know, these blocks, the smallest blocks that we have, they're just too large to build something viable. So, and yeah, a little bit restroom here. Nothing crazy, just convenient. On an opposite side, we have the second cabin, basically the same one, just in opposite way. And the last deck. We have also our top deck that initially was done for parking purpose before we built that hangar on the bottom. Some productions, those enormous ones, stick here, so something like that. And there is the second thing. Don't look at this green abomination. It gonna go away as soon as I finish with modifying those ships. Something like that. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope this ship is kinda nice looking one. Yeah. Alright, anyways, I was about to modify this guy. So, his main color gonna be that bright one. So we're gonna just grab it and replace everything. Yeah, obviously it become a little bit more weird. So we're gonna grab one of those and maybe make all our reinforcements like this to kinda make them look a little bit sturdier. I don't know. Okay. Yep, that's not bad already, but everything done there, everything done. Oh, wait a second, I never built that stuff on an opposite end, did I? That's not great, that's not ideal. Let's do that real quick. Oops. We are looking for this guy. And something like that. And by the way, JP James, are you also playing Space Engineers 2, or only Space Engineers 1, or vice versa? Okay. That's it. Now we need this accent color, and what I wanna cover with that is our kinda main stuff. These guys, those guys, and those guys, and that guy also. Why not? Yep, quite like this. It's kinda make this enormous stuff on the front look nicer. Oh, wait a second, of course. Of course, I forgot about one important piece of equipment, and that's antenna. That shouldn't surprise you at this moment at all. And we need electronic parts and tubes. Shall have it there, though. A bit of electronic parts and a bit of tubes. Yeah, we have it here. Okay. And that guy should be covered like this. I play both, but mostly Space Engineers 1. I need my buttons to work. That's when I think I fully invest in EC2. There are a lot of stuff that I personally need before I'll be able to fully switch to Space Engineers 2, and that's obviously buttons. And not just buttons, let's be honest here. It's mostly about all the automation blocks like timers, sensors, and event controllers. At least those. Next very important part for me, as important as automation, is wheels. Until we have wheels, no. I just cannot. I like drive on planets too much to kinda left it. And the last stuff is properly working mechanical blocks, because for now we have only foundation. This foundation is real nice. It looks great. It works fine, and I'm pretty happy with that. But not having limits on rotors, and therefore not having hinges at all, that's deal breaker. That's a real deal breaker for me currently. Also, there are a lot of polishing that need to be done around being unable to put groups on a toolbar. What else? Kind of manual operation on pistons and rotors, resetting all the pistons and rotors on a grid, and actually operating all the pistons and rotors on a grid. But that's really polish. I totally sure that they're gonna fix that. Okay, something like that. That what hold me from switching to EC2. But I really, well, multiplayer also, but it's less of a deal for me because I probably gonna play a bunch on my own before inviting everybody, anybody, to play with me. So that's the stuff. I see a lot of things that looks like placeholders for future features. Yeah. There are a bunch of these things, and I really hope that all of them gonna be implemented sooner or later. And it's not like, I'm trying to say that I'm not happy with current progress. Kin does amazing progress, and that's a great stuff. So this guy gonna be worker welder, and now we need a worker grinder. To do this, the easiest option will be to probably project it and just weld with this guy. That's fine. So let's make a blueprint of it and just place it along like that. Merge blocks. Merge blocks are important, but I don't know. It's like 22nd episode of me playing Space Engineers 2, and oopsie daisy, those guys also should be rebuilt. And I never actually thought that I need those. I'm not saying that they're useless. Exactly the opposite. I think that they're very useful. But along all the other limitations, we probably just don't feel how much we need them right now. So, yep, that's an important one. Okay, that shall do the trick for us. Now let's go and weld it through. Put it like that. Can move a little bit, and we need to, align it as much as we can. And now let's go. And are we missing something or what? Yeah, we're definitely gonna miss something, but I just want to be sure that all the blocks at least scaffolded, you know? Because then we can return and weld up everything that was missed. I mean, not totally welded. That's not good. We're run out of steel plates by the look of it, and that's exactly what I wanted to avoid. Pushing it forward. Alright, let's grab all of this. Quickly put in that guy. Oh, I covered those parts. Such an idiot. Okay, we can put it here. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Let's go. Let's bloody go. Grab it and finish welding. That. Okay, by the look of it, everything's scaffolded, but what we're missing to have one of these guys. Iron chambers. Okie dokie. And steel plates. That's the first stuff we have to stop it from running away of us. So I'm gonna grab something like 5 of those, and we should have more somewhere. Yeah. So let's stop you from drifting first. Then we need these guys. Yep. Now it stands nice and sturdy. Gold thread and steel tubes. I see. What happened to our steel tubes? No, we have a bunch of those, but gold threads we have just a few. That's what we have to fix for real. Don't we have those? Seriously, we installed them? Huh. Alright, well, in this case, let me order a couple hundreds. And you know what? I actually should have a little bit of a break. This guy gonna be grinder, like that. And when they look one each other, that looks like an interesting scene, isn't it? So I'm gonna left it like this for you to enjoy and be back in a minute. Okie dokie. We are back. So, what we gonna do? Firstly, don't we have any... Oh, no encounters around. I'm really looking forward to test Mr. Catcher. Anyways, what we missing here also? I bet it's a little bit of compressors. Ooh, heavy duty plates, okay. And steel tubes, alright. This is only steel tubes and those guys, okay. So we need a little bit of those, something like 50. Gold threads and tubes, yeah. And where are gold threads? What? Didn't I? Yeah, I did order them. Okay, okay. Unloading everything in. And... Did you finished here? Indeed, nice. Second one welded. Now just those guys on sides. Come on, what prevents you from welding them? What? You missing something, or we just... Yeah, we just too far away. Okay. What about... Here we go. And that's not enough. Interesting. Not enough what? You wanna say that we don't have enough gold threads or steel tubes? Yeah, we have a bunch of gold threads and a bunch of steel tubes, but why can't we... Wait a second, we probably need to move everything into our container to be able to do that. So these guys go here. Gold threads. These guys go there. Okay. Yeah. It cannot pull stuff from other blocks, so I mean from the second welder. Toots. Now everything should be welded, probably. I cannot see any unwelded blocks with my eye, so I'm gonna go and jump in and just check control panel here. Yep, everything welded, everything great. Now, we need to color those properly. Like that. And it's ready. Now, where we wanna... Patrol ship? Nope, that's... that's an encounter, definitely, but I don't think that our Mr. Catcher can actually deal with it, because it has too much firepower for them. Okay, let's get rid of our ice fly. Oh, and firstly I need to fix this little problem, because we don't need those. We need only our grinder blocks with control. Then we need our cockpit with toggle target-based gyro. Correct. And that's basically it. That's everything we need. Alrighty. So, little guy, you're gonna go. Seriously, they missing that stuff in the middle. Wait a second. What if we put them not like this, but on sides? Or at least one of those. Let's try. So, what if we put you like that? Just as a matter of test, you know? key. Doesn't seem like it changed a lot, but let's try. Yeah, it actually able to grab those blocks now in the middle. Nice, which means we need to turn the second one also. Okay. Here we go. Oh wait, we're missing a few construction components. Ah, always something like that. Gimme. No construction components there. Should have something here. Yeah, something like that should be enough. Here we go. And obviously like that. Good. Let's go. What about grinding that stuff in the middle? What's wrong with ya? Let me take a look. Okay, it actually grinded down. Nice. Cannot say that they work too fast. I mean, compared to welders, they are just impressively slow. But you know what? I like the sound. Sound effects are just nice. And this smoke around is also perfect. Really like that. A little bit more speed and they will be just perfect. And here we go. That's exactly what I told previously, that sooner or later we're gonna bump it and then everything goes sideways. Okay, let's try to move to the side. Come on. Did you bring coffee? I have a little bit of cold coffee yet here, so good. But thank you for being so considerate. The main thing was to not... Oh, hey, it's Frankie. SLO. Thanks for joining. How you been doing? Oh my goodness. This sound, you know, it's so juicy. Just unbelievable. Easy. Don't... You know what? We can utilize our catcher, can't we? Where is my big ship? Oh, here it is. Mr. Catcher, we need you. And you should be parked somewhere right here. So we're gonna just... yeah, that explains. We need that stuff. And now... we're too far from everything to look at, to see it properly. Oof, these guys. These guys are real zippy. Come on, catch it. That's your job. You're Mr. Catcher. Here we go. Now he gonna hold it while we gonna grind it. E. No. So. Ouch. We missed a few blocks and now they're flying away. That's not ideal. You know what? Let me chase them like that. Just because I don't like to left a bunch of blocks flying in space. Because, you know, this space debris can be a real problem when you're flying back to your big base on a nice speed. I'm not sure that it was on stream, but I had an accident hitting that small block that looks so innocent, and it actually managed to make a huge hole in my ship that I flown in that moment. So no, that's not the way we're looking for. Ooh, cargo ship. Yeah, now it's time to test this guy properly. So, Mr. Catcher, do you have ammo? You don't have ammo. Why you don't have ammo? That's not ideal. Let's go park it, and or actually I can just grab ammo by hands and fill in it. Ammo should be somewhere. No, seriously, I never produced enough. And we're short on something. Okay, it probably should be in one of Blue Arm. Yeah, Blue Arm has some ammo. Now, where is that guy? Here it is, and let's toss it in. Okie dokie. Now, come on. Get in. Reload, and where was that cargo ship? Here it is. Not a big deal for us to catch it at all. Easy. Let's lower our speed a little bit. Okay. Equalizing vector. Yay, hello cargo ship. Oh, and of course it has a turret. What make me think that we can be lucky enough? Easy. Don't you fly off me. Okay, it should stop soon. Hopefully. We didn't damage his thruster enough. Come on, come on, come on. Okay. Thruster damaged by the look of it? Or not? What do you mean not? Ouch! That's the main problem with this ship. With these encounters. They kinda fly on a full speed and then suddenly stop. I mean, full health. And when you're trying to chase them, well, that's what happens. All right. I don't think that's a huge deal for us. The only thing I'm interested in, what I want to use to grab it. Let's use the Green Hornet, because that ship is gonna be scrapped anyways, and it's... Okay, it looks like... What? Why can't you fly? Wait a second, what's going on? Threadic thrusters off, alright. Oh, your battery is empty. That's not ideal. Let's grab your stuff then and try to replace at least one of these modules. And that's gonna be a fast way to charge you, because I want my stuff back, you know? Come on. Oh, wait a second. Why our ship... Oh, where is my gravity? Whoa. Is our ship out of energy? Our big ship out of energy? Seriously? Wait a second. What's wrong with our reactor? A reactor works. And doesn't it has... We run out of fuel for our reactor. That explains what happened. And that's not ideal. We need to find the fuel and do that soon. But first I wanna charge that guy. Where I grabbed that battery module, probably somewhere underneath. Oh, our ship back, because we've got some sun on our solar panels. That's great. But we need to solve this problem anyways. That's one battery and we cannot access it. But that's battery that we can access. Okay, how much energy we have? 17%. That's not a huge amount of energy, but should be sufficient enough to reach this position. Try to grab our stuff and thunk it. Yeah, thunked. Exactly. That's what happened. And yeah. Try to bring that ship back. Or if that transport will be able to shut us down, well, at least we'll know that even if it goes to the full halt and full stop, it's still about to protect itself. Okay, there is cargo ship. It's quite a bit far away from our backpack, and that's strange. Does this Hornet has... Oh, it doesn't have any... anything to stop it. Okay. Come on, backpack, don't you try to fly out of me. Right. Okay. Well, let's get closer. Okie dokie. That should be good enough to grab it by hands. Come on. Okay, that's the rest of my ship. Speaking of which, we have a precious Gatling ammo box and power module here. So our ship is just evaporated. You see? Who would have expected that? Okay, let's bring a little bit more power in this ship, and we can do that just by something like that. Nice. Yeah, 66%. That's what I call power. And we're looking for that cargo ship that actually stopped. No, it's not stopped. It's moving, but it barely moves. And they don't have any weapon on me by the look of it. That's not great. I mean, I have it on a toolbar, but I don't have it in my inventory. And that means I should produce both iron sight and that rocket launcher. But for now, I just wanna see is that ship tries to attack us or not, and maybe can I bring it back home with us. Oh, come on. That's why I don't like this Green Hornet, you know. It was a test ship. I tried to learn, can I get to the space without hydrogen. Turned out that I can, but yeah, it's not that useful anyways. Ooh, beautiful little ship here. We've got it a bunch of damage, of course, but you know. Ooh, I like the idea of this cockpit. It's beautiful. It's really beautiful. But what we are looking for is landing gear. So, I mean, I'm not too worried about that ship that just was destroyed, simply because, you know. So we're missing electronic parts and steel plates. Wouldn't you mind, little guy, to share some electronic parts and steel plates with us? I hope you wouldn't mind. Steel plates is easy. We can grab them pretty much everywhere. But for electronic parts... What is that? Gravity generator. On such a small ship? Seriously? Alright, well... Truss block... Where can I have some electronics? Yeah, antenna probably can provide us with electronic parts. I don't want to grind it down completely. And basically anything else can give us some steel plates. Nice. Now, where is that bloody Hornet? Here it is. Yeah, of course. Space engineers being space engineers, and don't show me where I put that stuff. Is it? Oh yeah, it is right here. Okay. So that shall do the trick for us. So what do we need now is to go into control panel, make it auto lock, and grab this bastard. Is it? Wait, is it? Yeah, it is the right side. That ship quite a bit larger than we are, so we're probably gonna have some troubles carrying it. So what I'm gonna do is turn off... Oh. Wait a second. Can't we This guy is damaged but still functional. We don't have any backward thrust. I mean, I can use this ship to fly, actually. I don't need to use my ship. Key. Alrighty. Yeah, easy. We can fly it. We can just fly it back. The problem is that we don't have backward thrust. Let's solve this problem real quick. So my idea is to just yoink inside one of those big thrusters and kinda utilize one of its existing thrusters to build it up. So we're gonna need one of those. Are you gonna be kidding me? Of course I cannot put it. That's annoying. That's annoying as hell. Alright, when we put it in this direction, if we can't turn it, we should be able to at least provide it with some speed. Not that much speed, of course, as I... you know what, let's turn off this guy and try to fly it utilizing its existing thrusters. Maybe we can fly it sideways or something like that, I don't know, but that's an idea. Come on. Key. And then we have to go for uranium hand. I cannot say that actually that was a failed test or something like that, you know, because it was fine. It was fine for a test. I just need to obtain a little bit more experience to not kind of crash on those guys when we are close. Yeah, and that will make all the difference. That will solve that problem for us. Okay, I don't think that I'm gonna fly too fast because, you know, we need the way to stop at the right moment. Okie dokie. But we should grab a bunch of tasty little pieces from this ship, which is gonna be just nice. Oh, whoa. Not like that. Mostly like this. When we get as close as possible, I'm gonna need to turn my ship towards the direction we're flying currently and turn on dampeners. Come on, move your fat ass. Something like that should be good enough. Now I'm looking into the moment when we are aligned in this direction. Yeah, kind of like this. And now I can utilize that to stop it. Nice. Almost fully stopped. And now we can fly this way. Oh, we don't have a upthrust also. Oopsie daisy. That wasn't ideal. Yeah. So, how are we gonna do that? Probably something like this. Now, something... So basically, we can utilize only our sides to move. So that's exactly what I'm gonna do. That ship, to be honest, pretty interesting. Pretty interesting construction. Okay. Let's stop there. Now, can go like that, and even more. Yeah, kinda like this. And of course it can't stop because bloody bastard. Don't have enough thrusters. Okay, now it's stopped. And now he should be able to roughly go in this direction. Okie dokie. Couple 100 meters is fine. We don't need to get any closer. I mean, it's not like we need to dock it. I wanna check those tanks. If they full with something, that would be just magnificent. Okay, here is our salty part. We should be careful to not hit it. In a bad way, especially. Because this ship is quite large. Okay. Now, what's important before grinding this ship down is check everything like that exactly, because if you grind down stuff while stuff is in it, you're gonna lose it. It says open, but it doesn't open. Okay. That guy. What else we have here? Nothing important. Nothing here. What's in you? Ooh, look at that. We have some uranium in a reactor that we're gonna yoink, obviously. We might yoink those guys. Inventory full. Why I'm not surprised. What was that sound? Interesting. Alright. Let's replace our battery modules here and yoink everything inside. So that's the main battery. So yeah, of course. Why I'm not surprised. We need to move something in. Wait, it was 87%. Wait, we need all of them. So we're gonna put something like that. Radiation shielding, interesting. Key and uranium, obviously. And our guy immediately grabbed that. 187, 0, 100. That's an interesting set of modules. And you know what? I don't want to store it here, store those here. I want to store it somewhere here just as a replacement if we ever need it. That's gonna be a nice thing to do. Okay, what else we have here? Easy. It don't have gravity anymore. That's obvious because we yoinked everything. So it barely can manage... Ooh, rockets. And a bunch of our stuff. I don't think that I need any of this. Power cell on 30%, that's fine. A little bit more of these guys. What are we missing here also? Looks like nothing, so let's just yoink the last one. Now it's unpowered. And I'm just double checking, didn't I missed anything? And by the look of it, I did not. Yeah, we're safe to grind it down. Firstly, I obviously wanna finish with that, but it's not supported anymore, so yeah. Let's go grind the big boy. Back off. And turn your feathers. Not to that. Don't you even think of riding that ship? That's our ship. That's not something like that. Alright, that interceptor, to be honest, shown to be a pretty nice ship, and it actually worked as intended, even managed to kinda avoid the turret shots, mostly. But, oh, wait a second, I wanted to check, do we have something in those or not? Hydrogen tank. They are full. Okay. Now I have a question. It doesn't matter. It don't have a operational connector on it, and we cannot build on these ships, so it doesn't matter. We cannot obtain it. We just cannot obtain it. Yeah. Hacking mechanic would be real nice to be able to obtain those ships. Would be real nice. Anyways, we can at least grab something. And our Green Hornet does real poor job holding it. So let's maybe try to use these. Yeah, of course it does poor job. It's turned off. Okay. Can you now stop it? Well, more or less. That's I'm gonna call it good enough. Where is my grinder? Here it is. Such a waste, you know, a bunch of hydrogen that we cannot get. Oh, come on, you can do that. I believe in you. Go. These blocks are not that nice to grind down, you know? We literally need to hit it to grind. That's not ideal. Maybe I shall try another angle. Because probably grinders work on occupied space. I mean, on real occupied space. And what if... Nope. We really need to put our grinder inside of it to grind it. You see that? That's crazy. That's as crazy as it can be. And our Green Hornet cannot hold it. Come on. Why are you like that? Why you need to be that close? Okay, let's try to attach salty part to it. Because Green Hornet is useless in this regard. Come on. Why can't I get into your cockpit? Oh, magnificent. We've got this issue. Yeah, that happens in Space Engineers when you cannot get in cockpits, you cannot activate these guys and stuff like that, and the only thing that can help us is reload. Reload of the save in a best case scenario, and reload of the whole game in a worst case scenario. Yeah. That's how it works. Anyways, I'm gonna be back soon. Okay. Can I get in now? Thank you very much. And if I turn this guy... Aha, I just turned off its... that explains. I mean, it's... dampeners. That's why it didn't done anything. Didn't do anything, actually. Okay, ouch. Yeah, I expected a lot more radius from these grinders. That's kinda a little bit disappointing. Speed and radius, yeah. That's what we're missing here. Because it feels like welding up is faster than grinding down, which is crazy. Shouldn't be like that at all. Ouch. It's definitely faster than grinding by hands, but, you know... And, of course, outer parts of those discs not gonna grind these small blocks, yeah? Okay, we managed to cut that one. And this one, which is not bad. Let's continue our way through. Okay, what about those? Not bad at all. Okay. Actually, it might be the thing that I need to a little bit align it better. But you know, those tools are eating energy real fast. Rightish. Let's try to get rid of these guys. Easy. It probably isn't too smart idea to... Where we are touched? On the bottom. Okay, so we need to start from the top, actually, not from the bottom. You know what? I don't think that I need to continue doing that right now, because it obviously takes a bunch of time and it's... What? How we end up not having oxygen in this ship? Ah, I never parked it to the base, did I? So it never refilled the oxygen. Okay. Let me finish these few last blocks, just to be sure that they're not gonna fly away. And then I'm gonna get back to our base, unload, and do everything like that. And I'm gonna grind this ship down offline alongside with Green Hornet, because It's just boring. Oh yeah, it struggles with all this weight. But your parking spot is somewhere there. Parkinson, come on. Easy. Alright, stop, no. Oh, we have that old ship there. That's what confused me. Alrightish, easy. Let's move it out. It's gonna be scrapped also later on. Because it's just useless. Our pretty Bumblebee gonna be scrapped as well. So they can stay together. But this welder and this grinder should go in. And we'll try to put them aligned and kinda keep them together. The only question is, will they fit or not? That's a good one. Okay, I don't want it to... Yeah, hit our big ship too hard. What was that? Wait a second, it looked like our guns were shooting. No? Where are those? Oh, yeah, I completely... Yeah, it looks like they see some target. That's a real fortune that they don't have ammo, that I yoinked their ammo. Because they will destroy it completely. Yep, and that's abomination. He shouldn't be here. That's real funny how they look currently. But that's fine. That's just an alpha, so... Okay, let's park it. Shall we? At least try to park it. Easy. Easy, big boy. We probably could try to put it like that. Well, it's not the best parking experience. They might be a lot more aligned, but they actually fit nicely. Nice and tight. Alright, I'm gonna work with all these bastards later on. For now, we should be focused on searching uranium. Do we have something in its inventory? That's cozy. Yeah, sweet and cozy. We have some steel plates in a connector. I don't think that we need it, but this ship is the only one who has a large detector, so we're gonna go to the nearest asteroids and try to find something. Yeah, but first I need a little bit of a break. So what I'm gonna do is fit our ass here, that we will be cozy and warm with the thruster under our bottom. And the only thing I'm gonna ask you to do is to not drive this ship while I'm sitting here, because I don't want my ass having being too crispy, let's say. I like it soft, not crispy. So I'll be back in a minute. Okie dokie. We are back. Let's solve our problem with fuel, shall we? So, I'm about to fly to the nearest asteroid and scan it for ores. We have that marker for iron and cobalt, but not for anything else. We might also grab bits and pieces from that communication station, if we wish. Okay. What do we have here? I see some patches already. We have silicon, platinum, gold. It's worth checking. You brought whiskey. That's good, but unfortunately it's Wednesday, and after this stream I'm gonna head up to work. You know, unfortunately I have to work for living. So let's have a marker here, shall we? Oh, wait a second. Is it an entrance? Is it empty inside? It is empty inside by the look of it. So let's get right. You know what? I think that's a perfect spot for marker, because then I'll know where the entrance is. Unfortunately, we don't have a commands here yet, so I have to do it like this at current position, and that's gonna be a resource. I said resource. What is what? It was gold and silver. Yeah, something like that. Nice. We have that position marked. Semi-retired and only work Fridays and Saturdays. One day, one very happy day, I'll be the same, but not today. Okay, what this guy can bring us? Or it's just empty piece of rock? No, it has copper. Platinum, not... You're right, Yeah, you're totally right. Something like that. Yeah, that's better. Now, what do we have here again? Copper, silicon, nickel. I don't think they're gonna mark it. Cobalt also. Nah, you know, it doesn't seem worth it. Ooh, chromium though. Chromium worth marking. Alrighty. So again, what do we have here? Chromium, silicon, copper, cobalt, and nickel. Okay. So it's gonna be resource, chromium, silicon, copper, chrome actually, and nickel. Yeah, something like that. All right, that's a rich asteroid. And where is our ship? Is there, so we shall move somewhere like... That's probably just ice, but might be not, so it looks like it worth checking anyways. I mean, that's game, don't crash. Not now. Okay, ice. That's kinda obvious, and a little bit of iron. Ice, iron, lead. Doesn't seem like stuff that I wanna mark right now. You know, I'm trying to keep my markers... Oh, wait a second, we have an option to hide them now. So, can I hide that? Hide this? In this case I might mark it, why not? I might mark it. So, GPS, new from current position, resource, Iron. Ice, I'd like to mark like that. And there is something else. Lead. Which is like this. Nice. And of course we want to hide it. Actually, no, I don't want to hide it. I want to see all of them. I'm going to hide them later on. Because for now, they're going to show us asteroids that we kind of explored already. Then our ship is there. Which means we shall go somewhere roughly in this direction. To kinda... I wanna see all the closest asteroids first and then go further, obviously. This one is closer than that one. So let's start from it. And we have tiny little guy right here. That's probably going to be our next target. If we not hit uranium here. So that's chromium, copper... Wait, didn't I? No, I didn't mark it. Key. Chromium, copper. We have stuff like that, so I don't want to mark it. Let's see what this little guy can provide us with. And that's not a bright thought to fly towards it directly. It's just nickel and nothing else. Well, little guy, little gain. That's... I know what it is. What about those guys? Copper, copper, copper. And nothing else by the look of it. Yeah, that's a pure copper. Alright. Ouch. It actually would be nice to have something like that. Yeah, to be able to switch between modes. Because, you know, when we just flying, this mode is much more suitable. Silicon, chromium, cobalt. Wait, where is all the uranium? Lead. Nope. That is not interesting. Let's fly toward this guy. I really missing spectrometry mode here. It would make our life so much easier. Ooh. Beautiful hole. Looks like as a, you know, some worm eaten through it. And that's actually all that madness is lead. Beautiful, I like it, you know, I really like how it looks. And I can't help but fly through. Ooh. Yeah, I need a screenshot of this place. I obviously need a screenshot of this place. But I'd like to place my ship inside first. Something like that. And maybe even like this. To not... Oof. It's a lot larger than I thought initially. And I wanna have some angle like this. And now we can do yoink. Magnificent. Sorry for that, but sometimes I just cannot stand. I really need those screenshots. Whoa. Easy. Don't you do that to me. Okay. Ouch. Yeah. That's the problem. So, we have some ice somewhere also. This guy looks empty. Ice is there. Let's see what else this guy can offer us. Ice, silicon. Nothing crazy. Yeah, sometimes picture needs to be taken, exactly. You know, like girls do time to time, like... but first, I need to make a selfie. Exactly. Alrighty, let's move to this guy and see what it can offer us. Okie dokie. Chromium and nickel. And silicon. And nickel again. We're gonna skip this guy off. Yeah, that's my typical... typical stuff. Typical me. Yep, and I had this coffee, and then I'm exactly falling out of the cliff. So, what do we need to make it? A little bit of electronic parts, which is iron and silicon. And guess what? Exactly, this guy had it, haven't it? And we lose our antenna, yeah? No, we didn't lose it. We lose one of those, but the second one is here and it's fine. We just need to activate it. Okay, now we can see it, but we need to grab some resources, and those resources are... actually, if I can find the silicon here, and here it is, I can fix it just right now. So that's what I'm gonna do. 150 meters. That's not the direction I wanna drill, you know. That's gonna take forever. Let's try to fly around this asteroid and try to find another place where we can start our building process. I mean, drilling process. 200 meters. Looks like I'm flying opposite direction of what I should be flying, but that's fine. Sooner or later, we get there. Can I get through? No, it doesn't have a cave inside, at least by the look of it. Okay, 200 meters, 180, 170, 160, 150. And that's our best shot, by the look of it. Well, 150 we go. It's actually most likely 140, but anyways, that's gonna take some time. That's disadvantage of having cockpit on front of the ship. One mistake, and here we go. I don't need too many of it, just a little bit to get our cockpit back live, and then we can continue our journey. Double careful though. 50, 40. Come on, we're almost there. Ah, we have a hole inside. Okay. Emergency cockpit on my emergency cockpit. That sounds like a good plan, you know. I should be thinking about that. Or at least having additional resources for another one cockpit. Okay, now where I drilled that hole. Did I get in through? Is it? Yeah, it is. Come on. Come on. Yeah. That's quite a hole, you know. I acted exactly as a buttworm. Just built this butt for me. Okie dokie. We're back. Yeah, our health is not in a great spot either. So, as soon as we're back to the base, I'm gonna fix that. But for now, I just wanna have my stuff back. Here we go. Nice and tight. Alright, anyways, I'm not gonna mark this asteroid because we're gonna move to the next one. Easy. Let's not hit it on a full speed. Copper, cobalt. We are not that lucky, you know, today. So our ship in that direction. We shall fly somewhere here then. Iron, copper. Not great, not ideal. What about this? Silicon, copper, nickel, something else? Or it's just a bunch of copper pieces? It's a bunch of copper pieces. Okay, that explains. Wait. Did some of my thrusters off or what? We have a bunch of hydrogen, but I can't see that my forward thrusters work. Oh, we lose that effects. Okay, that's fine. That happens time to time. You know, we just can't see flame, but it is here. It's fine. We just cannot see it. Okay, let's explore this guy. And that happened after what? After that crash, probably. Yeah, probably that crash was the reason. Easy. The stuff that we lost, and it was pretty useful, is probably our front lights. Because without them, it's not that nice. Okay, ship, please stop. Thank you very much. Let's get closer. Gold, copper, nickel, cobalt. Nothing else, nothing useful in this guy. You know, I like that they started to put resources in these holes. It looks beautiful, and it's gonna be easier to spot later on in a game when we actually need to hunt resources, maybe without ore detector. Ouch, easy. Oh, we're running out of oxygen. Yeah, this guy was constructed before we've got VS 2.2, so it doesn't have any oxygen on it. Not ideal. Iron, titanium. That's an interesting one. We have a bunch of ice. Also iron and titanium, but I can't see uranium. Okay, let's mark it. That's a good asteroid. I'd like to have a marker for it. So GPS, a new marker. That's gonna be our resources. H2, and titanium, something like that. All right. I'm not on a roll today, so what else we can do except... I'm searching for iron, definitely not uranium. Yeah. Reverse psychology. Might work. Eyes. And nothing else, is it? I know, copper. Eyes and copper. Chromium, silicon. Yeah, a bunch of stuff, but not... What is that stick on this asteroid? I want to investigate that. Is that just a part of asteroid or something built on it? Come on, show me. Copper, silicon, copper, and platinum. That's not ideal. Yeah, and they're really missing those things in front of me. Whoa, easy. We have cobalt here also. Finally, we've got a bit of light in the way inside. Do I want to go inside? I don't think so, to be honest. I want to just get closer to be sure that we not missed any resources, and by the look of it, we did not. Nice. Now, who's gonna be our next victim? What we have on this little guy? Or in this little guy? Nothing, just a piece of rock. Well, that happens. That happens indeed. Our ship in this direction, so I don't think that we shall go to that asteroid. I think we're gonna go to this one first. Oh, and that might be our last shot because we're running low on oxygen. Oh, wait a second. Wait the bloody second, I'm an idiot, because this ship has H2O2 generator on it. So why shouldn't I just grab some ice somewhere? That's not an icy asteroid, that was the icy asteroid. Okay, let me just grab some ice manually, drop in it, and it will provide us with everything we need. Just the idea is to not crash on that asteroid, but to grab some ice from it. Okay, easy. Easy, be easy on me. Alright. A little bit of... oh. Seriously, 500 meters? You gotta be kidding me. That's totally icy asteroid, which is nice. Which means we can have a bunch of ice right away, and I'm gonna collect just a few thousand, just in case, you know. Just a couple of those. Yeah, something like that should be good enough. Where is our salty part? Oh, come on. Oh, here it is. Okie dokie. Now, let's yank it in. Actually, let's yank everything in. Why shouldn't we? What? It didn't fit, or what? You could be kidding me. It has cargo containers. Are you bloody nuts, or what's wrong with you? Wow. Okay, that's better. Now we have our oxygen back, and we can continue our exploration. That guy we probably already explored. Yeah, this guy was our next target. I wanted to know that guy we also explored. So that one probably, yeah. Okay. Wait a second. What's going on there? Yeah, see what's going on. That's fine. We have a little bit more time that we gonna utilize. Come on. Let's get closer. Lead. Lead, nickel, silicon. You know, it looks like uranium is a pretty rare resource here. Oh. Whoa, 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 whoa. Easy, easy. Let me do one more shot and then I'm gonna change our plan. Change our plan quite a little bit. So our ship is there. So yeah, let's take a peek of this little guy. Nickel, chromium. Easy. What else? Basically nothing. Alright, well, in this case, we have a nice little moon here, don't we? What about our fuel? Our fuel is good, so let's go explore this moon, shall we? So the way to go is to turn off our dampeners, reach maximum possible speed, and just enjoy the view. Something like this. Gonna be nice, gonna be beautiful. Why we have that awful sound? Wait, as soon as I turn off dampeners, or what is that sound about? It's just bloody awful. Oh my. Well, anyways, we have what we have. That's interesting. Can't I... How bad idea is to jump out the ship, the cockpit of the ship flying on a full speed? And it bloody loud on everything. Oh, beyond any limits. Beyond any limits. Really loud stuff. But I wanna see what's going on that moon of our chemic. I'd like to build some base one day, but after that unfortunate case with my base in cave on chemic, I'm not too sure that I'm ready yet, because that was what, something like 10. Shoot. Sorry guys, I have to wrap up for today. Yeah, bloody work, bloody neighbors, something like this. Thanks for being here. Thanks for bearing with me. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.